Hey everybody, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program to Infinity and Beyond. So on the last episode, just watch it. We had some crazy stuff happen. We are gonna just do kind of a quick episode, I'm guessing, here today. I'm actually gonna go for a stable orbit around Kerbin. On the last episode, that's what we were shooting for, but instead we ended up, flying through a wormhole that took us directly through the moon. Again, I haven't really looked at the comments from that video yet, because I'm putting this video up. Oh god, what have I done? Let's do it this way. I'm putting this video up, or I'm recording this video directly after recording that last one. So, I don't think we had any specific changes that we wanted to make to this one, so we'll just launch this. But yeah, I think we went through a wormhole, traveled directly through the entirety of the moon. I don't know, things are weird. So we're just gonna go for a stable orbit this time. Let's keep it simple. SAS is on, throttle is maxed, and 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. It's very nice, after all of those rockets that I totally fucked around with, to see a rocket this huge go exactly straight up in the air like this one does, as opposed to, just falling over if it gets too windy, or, slightly nudging the launch pad or the launch structure. This is way better. So we've already done the first stage of this, so I'm gonna speed things up a little bit. So we're going at 2 times warp. I still think that might be a slight design flaw, that, when that first stage decouples, it's actually, contingent when I start my thrusters on the liquid fuel engines that the solid fuel boosters explode directly beneath me. Seems a little bit scary, but, this gets the job done. So we're going to do exactly what we did last time, except we are not going to shoot for the moon, so I will probably be a little bit less liberal on the thrust. I'll probably be a little bit more judicious. And let me see how this is going to go. We have 6 fuel tanks left, right? We have 8? No, we have... yeah, 6 fuel tanks left. This is what gets me. Like, it must... oh god, why is it swaying so much? That's not supposed to happen like that. It's like bending up here. Oh, what the hell? It's like bouncing up and down on these fuel ducts? Is that what's happening there? I don't like that at all. But, well, maybe we'll get some struts in there. But for now, it's okay. We're going fine. It's not the best use of our thrust, probably, to have some of it translated into our ship swaying and bouncing around. That might also be because maybe I did some damage with the solid fuel booster explosion. Also the name of my favorite acid jazz band, Solid Fuel Booster Explosion. Okay, so this is going to be our last part of this one. We're going to decouple. And apparently that is going to... what's going on here? Why is this still attached? It shouldn't be. It's not? Okay. Things were weird for a second there. Anyway, we're going to thrust up here. There we go. Don't want to go to my map just yet. Zoom out a little bit. So we're at about 100,000. Actually, we can stop doing this. Okay, now, what I always do in this situation, SAS off. Then we're going to slowly move ourselves towards the horizon using the A key. Now we're on the horizon. Maybe a little bit more this way. We're going to rotate ourselves using E until we're roughly, I like it to be somewhat symmetrical. And then we're going to thrust up, which is also the way that I make love. And we're going to put ourselves in what I assume is going to be a stable orbit very, very quickly here. Let's take ourselves down to time warp 1, just in case I have any adjustments to make. So this is kind of the scary part of setting up an orbit because, well, it was for a second there because we were decelerating. And that could mean that we were coming back into the, Earth's atmosphere. We were going to crash down. But you can see our altitude is continuing to stay high and continuing to increase, actually. So we must be at a slight positive incline relative to the Earth's surface. But this is good. This will allow us to establish an orbit. After a while, this ring will come around the planet. And the reason I want to do this is so that I can have like a satellite. I think if I end the flight... oh, I wonder if that's orbiting Kerbin too. That's cool. Test 1 debris. That must have been from last night. I can have this like orbiting the planet kind of as a satellite. So every time I launch a ship from then on, I could be like, oh yeah, I remember. There's an accomplishment that I can look at with pride, So we're mostly going to look at our map here. It's going to take probably another couple of minutes for this to reach a situation where we can get a stable orbit. But after that, we could, if we wanted to, go to the moon. I think I've demonstrated how I slingshot to the moon and then travel directly through it. I think these fuel tanks are a very good decision. And before I had these, I was always worried about having enough fuel to get to the moon. And I don't really worry that much about fuel conservation most of the time, so that's how you know I mean, maybe that's the problem, is that if I use my fuel more efficiently, I could get to the moon and back with this much fuel. But I don't know. For now, this seems to be a fairly good situation for me. So I'm just gonna try to throw myself in a stable orbit here. We should be reaching one around the planet anytime soon. And as soon as I reach it around the planet, I'll grow it a little bit, but I don't want to grow it to the same ridiculous standards that I did last time. And then I can just hit X to cut my throttle, and we should, if I remember correctly, be able to orbit around Kerbin here with basically a period of our choice. We could choose to do like a short orbit, which would be, I don't know, not as much time, I guess. You know, this looks like you know, maybe an hour-long orbit here or something. So we do have a ring around the planet. Now let's continue to grow it just a little bit. I don't want it to get too high. We have tons of fuel left though, so I don't have to sweat that. But I think this is what happened last time, because now it starts to grow like exponentially. So it grows way faster. But we'll just get like a nice little ring, and we'll try to avoid getting into the lunar orbit path here. And again, we have kind of an elliptical orbit. But this is okay. Let's turn off the map, turn off the thrust now. Go back here. And I'm pretty sure if we time warp here, our orbit isn't going to decay. I don't think it's decaying anyway. So we can really crank up our speed here and get some serious time travel done around Kerbin. Okay, now we can... As you can see, like the closer you are to Earth, the less fast things go. But if I exit my map here, we should get a nice view of Kerbin's surface as we travel over top of it at 100 times faster than you know, normal speed. And then we go down to 50 times, and then we should shoot out the other side here. I wonder if I could re-enter. Maybe that's what I'll do to try to make this video, you know, because just orbiting it is a little boring. Let's try to re-enter and land on Kerbin again. The sunrise is so beautiful this time of year. So let's wait until we get, yeah, like back over here. You know, re-entry should be easier for us. Whenever we get down to like 50 times or 3 times, 100 times, so we're going to get down to 50 times. Okay, let's stop here. Stop here. Okay, good. It's going to be a little dark. I apologize for that. But now let's orient ourselves. Like that. Let's put SAS on. And we'll aim down. We'll aim to crash in the ocean somewhere, just so that my Kerbins have the greatest chance for survival, I would say. Yeah, and let's just crank this up now. So we got enough fuel left. I think we can do this without sweating too much. In fact, it might be a good idea for me to lose as much fuel as possible before I hit the ground, so that I don't explode in a big fireball. And we'll see. I mean, I didn't set up any kind of like re-entry gear. I'm just assuming that this default stuff is going to handle it. Let's see what our path is like now. Oh, yeah, there we go. Well, we're going to get in contact with the moon again, too, which is crazy. But no, we're not, because I'm going to obviously aim us directly at the planet here. We're going to turn SAS off and actually orient ourselves a little bit more directly downwards. Maybe like that is a little better. How about S? Would S hook me up here? Not really. How about W? A? A seems like it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That A key. It's really weird for me because I went to high school with someone named, you know, last name Akey. It's weirding me out. Oh, okay, so I almost lost Kerbin there because it's so dark right here. Should have probably tried to land, you know, on the light side. But I'm more of a dark side kind of guy, I guess. So what do I want here? Let's rotate ourselves a little bit more so I can figure out. Because I still don't think I'm quite going to impact. I think I'm just going to like graze off of it. We don't want that. Do we want this? Not really. Let's use A key again. We want S? No, we want W. W was going to do it for us this time. There we go. Okay. That's good stuff. There, okay. Collision course with the Earth. Let's see if we can make this happen. Or Kerbin, I should say. Oh, we're totally out of fuel. Well, let's speed it up then. I can't see anything. Oh, here we go. At least it's a little bit brighter now. So we can detach our unit here. I love detaching my unit. And this has SAS built in, doesn't it? Yes. Let's see if we can get our Kerbins to survive. This would be a landmark moment for me. We're going pretty fast. But we're slowing down now. We can probably stop our time warp in a few seconds. These Kerbals are gonna live, man. That is a successful Kerbin orbit, followed by a successful return to Earth. That is crazy. I'm proud of myself, for once. In this game, anyway. So let's go to 1 times. Just live. Just live. Oh, god damn it! I don't think the Mark 1 needs a parachute. If it does, though, that's my bad. Well, it was a good try, wouldn't you say? But as always, thank you guys for watching. I still think that's a landmark. If I just used the normal, or the less sophisticated command module, then I could have put a parachute on it and they would have lived for sure. But anyway, I think that was good. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.